Today, we're going on a digital manhunt. We are hunting down hackers using a seriously powerful and free tool called Redline, and I'm going to show you exactly how it's done.
Now, all the intel for this breakdown comes from a fantastic security lesson by CLearn. We're just boiling down their expert knowledge for you right here.
So, let's just kick things off with a question. Imagine a hacker has planted some nasty malware on your computer. It's hiding somewhere deep inside. How would you even begin to find it? Well, that is the exact problem we're going to solve today.
Here is our game plan. First, we'll set the stage for our hunt. Then, we'll learn about the clues we're looking for and get our toolkit ready. After that, it's all about running the search, looking at the evidence, and wrapping it all up with one crucial final note. Okay, let's get into character. For the next few minutes, we are digital detectives. Our one and only mission? To track down malicious files that are doing everything they can to stay hidden on a compromised system.
Every detective needs clues. In our world, those clues are called indicators of compromise, or IOCs for short. Just think of an IOC as a digital fingerprint. It's that unique piece of evidence a hacker leaves behind that points straight to a security breach.
So what do these digital fingerprints actually look like? Well, before we can use them to crack the case, we really need to understand the evidence we're working with. You know, one of the most powerful clues you can have is a file's unique digital signature, and that's known as an MD5 hash. Every single file has one. So if you know the hash of a malicious file, you can find it anywhere, no matter what it's been renamed to.
Okay, now this is where the real detective work begins. We've got 3 different clues, 3 IOCs, all designed to find a keylogger. The first one is looking for a perfect match, a specific MD5 hash and a specific file size. The second one is a bit smarter. It hunts for a known variant by looking for that same file size even if the hash is different. And the third one, the key grabber, casts the widest net. It totally ignores the file name and just looks for the MD5 and size, which means it can catch the malware even if a hacker tries to disguise it.
Every detective needs their toolkit, right? Ours is a powerful piece of software called Redline, and the best part is, it's free. We're going to use its IOC search feature to basically automate our entire hunt.
Now, inside Redline, we're using something called the IOC Search Collector. And you can pretty much think of this as our digital search warrant. It creates this special package that tells the target computer exactly what pieces of evidence we're looking for and nothing else.
All right, we've got our clues, our toolkit is prepped. It is time to execute the search. So let's walk through how to deploy our search warrant and actually start the hunt. Creating the collector in Redline is actually a really simple step-by-step process. You just launch the IOC Search Collector, point it to your folder of clues, and it loads them right up. Then you get to select which clues you want to use for this particular hunt. Give it a quick review, click Create, and bam, Redline packages everything up for you. Once that package is created, Redline gives you a folder with a few files in it. The only one we really care about right now is Run Redline Audit Bat. This is what's known as a batch script. It's a simple little program that's going to run our scan on the target machine. And here is a critical, absolutely crucial step. You can't just double-click this file. You have to run it from an elevated command prompt, which is just a fancy way of saying run as administrator. This gives the script the deep system permissions it needs to search absolutely everywhere for our clues.
The scan has run its course, the scan is complete, all the data has been collected. Now comes the exciting part. We get to analyze the evidence and see what we found.
The results get saved into a session folder, and to see what's in there, all we have to do is find the analysis file. In this case, it's named analysis-session5.mans. You just double-click it, and it opens right up in Redline. And bingo, we got a direct hit. The report immediately flags a file named 12345.exe. And notice, it matched on all 3 of our criteria: the file name, the MD5 hash, and the file size. This is what you call a high-confidence match. We found our suspect. But now take a look at this next hit for a file called junkfilescleaner.exe. Our IOC was triggered, sure, but if you look at the details, it only matched on the file size. The MD5 hash and the file name, no match. So this isn't a smoking gun. This is a lead that needs more investigation. Could be nothing, could be a new variant. But the full report actually reveals something really critical. Remember how our IOCs could also search for unique text strings inside the files? Well, none of those got a hit. And that tells us something important. Our clues aren't perfect. If this was a real-world investigation, we need to go back and make our IOCs a lot stronger.
And that little discovery brings us to the single most important lesson of this entire exercise. This is the final note that every good digital detective has to burn into their memory.
And here it is, the golden rule of digital forensics. Test your clues before you go on a live hunt. Seriously. Validating your IOCs first, make sure you're not just chasing ghosts, or even worse, missing the real threat that's staring you right in the face.
So what's the big takeaway here? Even with our slightly imperfect clues, we still managed to get 3 potential hits. That just goes to show you how powerful this technique can be when it's done right.
Okay, let's bring this case to a close. Using indicators of compromise with a tool like Redline is an incredibly effective and, again, free way to hunt for threats on your systems. But you have to remember, the tool is only as good as the clues you feed it. The quality of your intelligence is always going to determine the success of your hunt.
And with that, this case is officially closed. Hey, if this explainer helped you become a better digital detective, please take a second to hit that like and subscribe button. It's a huge help for us, and it makes sure we can keep bringing you more explainers just like this one. Thanks for watching.